Have you ever thought that buying cheap products it's very expensive? I mean, it's not very intuitive, but believe me, buying cheap products in the long term it's very expensive, because you don't buy it just once, you have to buy it again and again and again, and then each time you're becoming more and more frustrated. Today I'll bring you a few examples that demonstrate that buying cheap products it's very expensive. Let's say you choose to buy a cheap frying pan, the one you cook food with. So now you have that cheap frying pan. After using it for 2 months, the food starts to stick to it. The more you use it, the more the food sticks to it. You say, you know what, I will hold on buying another one for a little while and let me still use this cheap frying pan. As a result, you put more time to clean that frying pan, more detergent, more cleaning pads, more water. On top of all that, the food doesn't come that good, and sometimes it even gets burned. And now you're putting your health in danger. You think you're saving money, when in fact you're spending more time, you're spending more money, and potentially you're gonna spend more money down the road to fix your health. Let's take a look at one more example. This time you choose to buy dress shoes at a very cheap place where the shoe is actually 3 times less expensive than the good ones at a good shoe place. After using them for 1 month, your feet start to hurt and also the sole comes out of the shoe. You say, you know what, let me go and buy another pair of shoes from the same cheap place because maybe this time I'll have a better luck. The cycle repeats, and by this time you have bought already 4 pairs of shoes. Each one lasted between 1 and 2 months. And now you see this video and you say, you know what? Let me go and buy a nice pair of shoes from this good shoe place. To your surprise, not only these shoes last longer, but they are a lot more comfortable as well. A really good way to find out the value of a product is to analyze its cost per use. Let's say in the first example, the cheap shoes, it costed you $30 for each pair. And let's assume you only use them 20 times per pair. In this case, it costed you $1.50 per use. Now let's assume in the second example, you paid $90 for that pair of shoes, but this time you have used them already 150 times. So the cost per use in this example is 60 cents. It's a lot less than the first example, which was $1.50. And you know what? In the second example, you're still gonna use this pair of shoes for a long time, and this 60 cents might come even lower and lower. Now tell me, in which case is gonna cost you a lot more in the long term? Of course, in the first case. I really hope you see how buying cheap stuff could end up costing you a lot of money in the long term. I want to take a quick pause here and ask you one favor. If you're finding value in this video and in my videos in general, I would really appreciate when you hit that like button, when you subscribe to my channel, and when you also turn that bell notification on so you don't miss any of my great content coming up. Buying more expensive, higher quality products, not only will it save you money, but it will also save you time, frustration, health, and you know what? It will give you a better quality of life. One word of caution here. Don't equate designer brand names with quality, because sometimes they're just not. In the case of the designer labels, you're probably not paying for the quality itself, but what you're paying is more for the name and also for the packaging, and often not for the integrity of the product. Watch this video where I talk about why being poor is very expensive. I'll see you next time.